Just want to speak to the black man and the black woman. And no, this is not about pro-black type movement. No, it's not that. But the truth is, love, the only way you can truly know love is first, you got to love yourself. You can't give something that you don't know. And you can't give something that you're not intimate with inside first. I can't give a treasure inside of me to anyone else if I don't value that. And when I give that to someone, I give that to someone out of a pure heart. So love always start within first. So what I'm saying is that as black people, man, we're quick to throw the police under the bus when they kill a black person. And I know 99% of it come from the news media that cover that, and the first thing they do is separate a human by a color. Instead of saying that the police officer killed a young male or a young female, they use the color game. That a police officer killed a young white police officer killed a young black male. Color shouldn't even came into it when we're talking about a human. But that ain't really the basis of this video. The basis of this video is to inform and to encourage the black people. Black men first is who I want to encourage. First of all, we need to get our sons and our daughters back up under our protection. We need to be mentors to them first. We need to let them understand the severity of what their choice is going to be in this life. And like I teach my kids, I teach them to know right from wrong, and I teach them that every consequence have an action. And I teach my sons, if you think that you're going to run in a gang and you don't think that if you're going to be shot at or you're going to be in prison, then that's a false reality of running in a gang. So if I get a knock on my door and someone tell me that you just been murdered for running in a gang, I'm not mad at the gang that killed you. What I'm mad at is that you didn't listen. And I can't blame the white man for that. I can't blame the black man for that. I could blame my child for that because they didn't listen. But see, the problem what we having in our black community is that we don't have black men stepping up to bat like they should. We don't have the black community coming together, led and being led by black men. It's like black women are trying to do what a black man should do. And then we have the nerve to get mad at them because they have an attitude or they're stereotyped as being angry. But nobody understand what the black woman go through when they have to raise these young youth by themselves. Don't nobody understand what the black woman go through when they got a son that continue to get in trouble, but the daddy ain't doing nothing about it, ain't even talking to him. The daddy more forward, talking about, yeah, my son a gangster, my son a thug, you know. But when your son get murdered, your son get killed, or your son end up in prison for life, you go to talking about they didn't have to do him like that. What type of intervention you had for your son? Black man, we got to be better than allowing our kids to think wearing their pants sagging is the life. They got their fab. We need to let them have their fab. Nah, man, we need to teach them better, man. You can't go nowhere and get a job like that. You can't be successful like that. And being a rapper ain't the thing to be. If anybody told them, haven't told them, news flash, it's no rapper going platinum no more. You know why? We're in a different age. We're in an age where you download music now. So we need to start telling them the truth about these faulty dreams that they have of being rappers. And these faulty dreams that these rappers sell, because these rappers going back to their mansions while you going back to the slums and you killing someone and you ended up in prison, you ended up dead, and they don't come to visit, nor do they put anything on your books. Black men, we got to stand up, man. We got to get back to who we are. We was created to be leaders. You don't think that when the oppressor came to Africa, they were looking for followers. They know how strong we was. They know how innovative we was. We was building pyramids. We were building all types of things by hand that no other country can show proof that they can even touch the science that we had in Africa, that we had in Egypt. That's a proof that the black man is one of the most creative people in the earth. We are leaders. But for some reason, we allow image of what someone else's identity was of us, and we took that. We took that image that we're thugs. We took that image that we're lazy. We took that image that we like to rob, steal, and kill. We took that image that we get our women pregnant and leave them abandoned. We took on that image because they kept feeding it to our heads, and we did not stand on our understandings, our morals, or our belief on who we was. See, they made a couple rapper millionaires, and we started wanting to follow that road, and we abandoned who we really was. Start following this mystery road, because everybody is not going to be a multi-platinum album seller. That is the oppressor. The oppressor raise up who he want to raise up. See, what we got to understand is that the oppressor play a game, and he's going to get the worst of the worst and raise them up so everybody can see that those cats right there really was drug dealers. They really was killing. They really was this. So now, what we have now, we have a group of young men that don't understand that this was an agenda that was going to be for the demise of a whole generation of people after that. And the thing that's sad about it is that we have pastors that preach the word, but they won't hit the streets. They take the tithes and offering. They'll get your mama saved. They're talking to your mama, but they ain't going into the jail cells. They ain't going out here in this community. They ain't out here in this field. You have some that is. Now, let's not characterize them all, because we got some wonderful men and women of God, some most powerful beings. But I'm just challenging those that don't. That is black male pastors. I'm talking to you rappers, 50 Cent, 2 Chainz, Rick Ross. Rick Ross and 50 Cent beefing over what? Y'all rich and y'all beefing? You meant to tell me you got out the hood to not talking about killing each other, fighting each other? See, those are the wrong type of guys that set example for our youth. Because the first thing they should have been doing is thinking on the way, how can we reach back and teach these youth how to sell your story, but be responsible while you sell it. And then once you sell it, go back and help somebody else to get out to sell their story. But no, in rap now, you don't kill 8 people in one verse. In rap now, you're a gangster if you popping mollies and you snorting cocaine and you selling yayo. Every black man that have a stage have a responsibility. I don't want to hear that I'm not a role model. People buy your albums. That means somebody look up to you. That means you have a responsibility. And how would you feel if your kid was on the other side of what you talking about? What if they was on the other side of that gun that you just told that other little homie to go get and kill his enemy? What if your child was an enemy, and an enemy to someone just because your child looked different? They didn't like him. So they went and got an AK and they came and shot your child. How would that feel to you? No, we got to be responsible, black men. No matter what stage we on, we got to be responsible. We can't keep blaming everything on the white man and looking at the white man saying he doing us wrong. We killing more people, black on black crime, than the white man killing black people. And they've been killing us for years, but it haven't been noticed because we didn't have this social media like we have today. But that's neither here nor there. But we're talking about the black on black crime, the black on black murder. You say the police is to serve and protect. What do you do in your community, black man? Are you serving and protecting? Are you calling in, telling where the drug dealers are at? Are you pointing out the killer that just killed somebody? Or are you hiding them? Or you're not saying them because you don't want to take a stand and send them to prison where they belong for killing an innocent person? So you tell me, are you serving and protecting? Or have you been into the apple of the no snitch law that was made by some idiots that don't know what they're talking about? And while we there, let me just tell you what this no snitch is, since y'all are uneducated and using something that you don't have the knowledge to know what it was about. No snitching was this, period. No more, no less. If me and my homies are riding and we commit a crime and everybody get caught but me, the ones that got caught, they can't snitch. That was a crime we committed together. So yeah, that's no snitching. But if you just shot at me and you out here to take my head off and I go tell the police who you is, how am I snitching? You my enemy. When do I make a peace treaty with my enemy to play by their rules? When you got an enemy, your enemy is to be dealt with by enemies necessary. So if I got to go turn you into the police for you to do 100 years, that's what you're going to do, 100 years. How you going to call me less than a man for turning in my enemy? When do I play by the enemy rules? Now I play by rules when I'm rolling with my homies. If we all had kilos and I got caught with a key, I ain't telling on them. Because they don't deserve that. Nor am I telling on the man that I got it from. Because he don't deserve that. I got caught. That's the consequences of my choice. But when you out here and you killing people and you killing innocent people, and then you out here, somebody's son just got killed and you know who killed this man, child, and you don't say nothing because you want to follow a rule that's designed by an enemy, you're a weak-minded person. I'm going to tell you what I seen in the streets now. These people that you think gangsters, they get caught now. When those folks tell them we're going to give you 50 years, or you going to tell on somebody, you know what the first thing they say? Where that microphone at? And these supposed to be gangsters. You got to understand, the streets are for keeps. Only rules you abide by is the rules that you set with those that are in with you. Everybody else that is your enemy, they're your enemy. And I'm not saying this to try to condone or to justify murder or to justify doing wrong. I'm just trying to let you know, stop being ignorant about that no snitching policy. And matter of fact, go point the cat out that told you that, so you following somebody you don't even know about. But yet, you allow your little homie to get killed, and you know who killed them, and you ain't telling. Now, they mama over there crying. You talking about you gonna get them back. Now, you finna go kill him and do 100 years. You understand? So, now, but this is what our black men's gotta be responsible to teach our young black males at a young age so they don't get corrupt by a system or get corrupt by rappers. So, black men, you gotta step it up again. You got to teach the truth to these young people, man. You got to be the front run leader. You got to be the leader of this community. You got to be the protector of your community. You got 20 black men that's on one street, and none of them protecting the community. Kids running rapid, do what they want to do, yelling, screaming, cussing. Yo, you got to step out there. Y'all 20 deep. You got to let your presence be known. Look, man, we ain't having that in here. And God forbid if one of those young people talk about they're going to kill one of the old people to set example once we find out who done did the killing, because, you know, black folks, they going to run their mouth. We're going to turn them into the law. And if somebody else got problem with that, and if these your kids that thinking they could be menaces and running up in people's houses and get and think that they don't deserve to be killed by running up in somebody's house with a gun, then that's your problem as a parent for allowing your menace to not be checked by you. So black people, we got work to do. We ain't got time to talk about what the police doing. We got time to talk about what we need to be doing as a black man. Black men, this is not for a woman to do. This is for the men to step up and do. And black women, you need to start letting the man do his job. Y'all need to stop being all in y'all emotions. All that talking about because he did you wrong, you don't want him to have nothing to do with your child. And then your child end up dead because your child found somebody else to look up to, or find somebody else to listen to when he could have had his father to listen to. Y'all got to get out those emotional feelings. This bigger than you. These kids are dying too much out here. Now, when somebody knock on your door and tell you your son just got his head blowed off, and you mad at that person that blowed his head off when the baby father was trying to be in his life to teach him the right way and trying to spend time with him, you took him away from that. That's your fault. You helped that gangster kill your son. Now, that's some real talk that you don't want to hear, though. We got to do better, man. We can't keep running out here talking about the white man got to protect us. No, let the black man do his job. Black man, do your job. Black woman, support the black man. And black man, stop talking about a black woman as a B and a H. Let me tell you something. You ever seen a child that was born from a woman? That's amazing. It ain't no man can do that. We need to respect our women no matter what they act like. As a man, we should be amazed by them giving birth. And by that amazement alone, we should never disrespect them. Now, if they want to carry themselves like something else, let them carry themselves like that, because it's going to define them. But don't let us define them as that. We ain't protecting our women when we do that. Let's do better, black men. Let's step up, black men. Stop all that talking about you friends with your sons. You got him around here listening to that gangster stuff, and then when he go out there and try to act like a gangster, you want to beat him to death. Nigga, you the reason he acting like that. You ain't getting him no morals. You know, I teach my son, we don't listen to rap music, not none of that crazy rap music in my house. But that don't say that my son he'll turn out to be better than those that do. But what it's saying is that daddy trying to lay a foundation not to live your life listening to recklessness. What he do when I leave, I can't control that. But when I'm around, you're going to respect what I'm trying to teach you. Y'all black men need to step up. You around here listening to all this foolishness with your sons and daughters in the car. They calling your sons and daughters B's and H's, and you around here talking about that kid ride. Nigga, grow up. Grow up and be a man and teach your kids, man, to be responsible with their words, with their actions. Yeah, you ain't mad enough because your kid ain't dead. See, I'm mad because I'm seeing other people's kids dead. I'm tired of seeing this. I done been in the detention center with these kids that they felt like they got no hope. They felt like this generation, our generation, hate them because they are different. Yeah, you can be different, but you're going to be different, but you're going to have a wisdom of how to be different. We're going to bridge this. We're going to put a bridge between this gap between our generation and their generation. Because to be honest, our generation where hip hop started. But what we did, we allowed to get reckless with NWA. That's why I don't support that movie. Because that was a pun to where we at right now. NWA was nothing but puns. Because before NWA touched on the scene on the East Coast, we was not having none of that killing stuff. The most raps we had was LL Cool Mo D battle rapping. Nobody was talking about killing. Nobody was talking about F the police. Nobody was walking around with their pants sagging. But what the news media did, they changed the whole culture. They kept playing it over and over and over in the heads of people that didn't have nothing. And when you don't have nothing and you see an image that seems like it's better than where you at, you're going to take that image. But the only way you take that image if you don't have nobody trying to teach you better. So black man, we need to step back into our rightful place and teach our children better. Teach our generation better. Don't give up on them, but teach them. Don't teach them that crap that they listening to. Be responsible. If you listen to that junk, listen to it when you on your own because you mature enough to handle that. You know what I mean? Stop trying to be friends with these young people, man, and try to teach them something. Because if your kid on the end of that barrel, it won't be funny then. It won't be no, oh man, you know, we can listen to what we want to listen to. Okay. When your child on that other end of that barrel from that gangster that listen to that because his daddy let him listen to that, then you start talking different then. You 30 and you 40 years old and you still sagging your pants. You're a grown man. Grow up. Shows responsibility. These little kids dying, man. You don't care? If you don't care when it's yours, we ain't gonna care. Grow up. Be a man. Black man. We the strongest individuals on this earth. We take nothing and make something out of it. You can put us anywhere in this world and we're going to survive. It ain't because of our color. It's because of what was in our DNA from creation. We had a little more task because we was the first people on this earth. And that's not to be disputed. The first people to be on this earth. Ancient history show you this. Writing on the walls show this. Pyramids show you this. We got to show up, man. We ain't showing up. We showing up on stage listening to T.I., Rick Ross and all that foolishness. We showing up on stage for that. Show up on stage for your kids' graduation. Show them that they can be on the honor roll. Show them that they can be better than what you was. Yeah, I know this has been a long segment, but it is what it is, cuz, and y'all need to wake up, man. Stop being a killer of the kids' future, and then when they get killed, you talking about it's wrong. Stop doing that. If you're gonna lead by example. What you want to listen to in your private time is your business. But now if your kid get a hold of that and you a promoter of that and they end up getting killed from that, dog, that's your fault. You pull that trigger too. Because you ain't show them a better way. You ain't teach them better. See, I don't talk it, bro. I live it. My kids ain't hear me cuss none of their childhood. I never picked up a drink none of their childhood. They never heard me listen to reckless music none of their childhood. Now, do my kids listen to that? That's grown. My 22-year-old do. My 21-year-old do. My 19-year-old do. But guess what? I did my job. I tried to show them the way. I taught them better. I have nothing to do with their choices after I teach them better. The problem is we got too many black men not teaching them better. So they go astray and they don't know no other way. Yo, wake up, bruh. Wake up. Because our young generation are dying. And I'm tired of seeing these young people dying. Yo, I started selling life insurance. You know why? Because there's a lot of people dying without life insurance. Not only if these young people dying, they dying and the parents have to do a GoFund to bury them. So think about that with your reckless behavior as an adult, with your pants sagging as an adult.